So my name is Claudia Wenning, as you know. I'm a natural health consultant here in town. And I share a beautiful space with Michelle at the Grange. I'm here to tell you about my latest little book, Quantum Level Transformation, the Handbook. And I do think I have to share with you why I wrote this at all and what it means to me and why I think you all might want to read it, right? So I'm not a quantum physicist. I'm a naturopath. I like to look at things the natural way. However, there was a book in 1992, 1994, which was called Quantum Healing by Deepak Chopra. So this is like over 20 years ago. And that book fascinated me to no end. This was the first time I heard somebody put the pieces of the puzzle together in a way I really would like more people to see our reality. That there's a way to meet from a logical mind and more from a feeling or more spiritual way or perspective. I think it's time that we all come together and to look at life with fresh eyes. And not necessarily only with the ways we were taught when we grew up. There's so much information available now that we can use this information to broaden our perspectives. I used to say the quantum level for me is the place where Albert Einstein and Eckhart Tolle would meet. And Albert agrees. It's an awesome place to be. It's not a physical location. It is a state of being. I wouldn't even say a state of mind because it limits my perception of who we are. We're certainly more than the mind. I'm not going to explain really in detail what the quantum level is to me because it's all in the book. But it is something I feel very passionate about. It's just 2 words. It's a new description of a place we actually all have been one time or another. And this is what I wanted to name it at the time. This is the place where transformation happens. Now, we're not going to turn into an animal, we're not going to leave the planet, but our perspective gets transformed when we are on this realm of understanding, I would say. In my sessions with clients, I used to use a lot of handouts. And then I thought, well, there must be another way to present it. And this word came up, a handbook. What is a handbook? Well, it's a book where you have a few things handy, I guess. That's how I see it. So I figured I'm going to do that. And what I did for the book, I first of all explained what I think the quantum level is and what could happen if we sign up to explore new ways of looking at the world. And in order to do this, I have provided 20 different, what I call tools and techniques. It's not really a toolbox. These are meditations, inquiries. I like to call them reflections. These are page by page stages you can go through and look at life from perspectives you may not have taken the time yet to look at from. Is that grammatically correct? Not only in this country, but I think globally, a lot of change has happened recently. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think a lot of people are more concerned than ever about where humanity as a whole is actually going to. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing? What are we doing with ourselves? What are we doing with this planet? And I have talked with friends and the concerns are tremendous. They go as far as to affect sleep patterns and the general state of being. People are worried about what the future may bring. And people are looking for answers. What I find really intriguing is, what really are our questions? wouldn't we have to formulate the questions with all the intention we got to get the answers we're so hungry for? If we could find a way, everybody individually, to look at this whole realm we find ourselves in with fresh eyes, we can actually come up with fresh questions. And these new questions could potentially lead us to fresh answers. Answers that are translatable, they're usable, they make sense, not just to me, because I might be really weird, but that they make sense on this very humane level of, we're all in this together. I mean, you hear this a lot, but it's true. We're all in this realm together. Actually, we're all in this room together. Basically, end of last year, I felt, okay, I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to do this handbook. I'm going to put all these inquiries I had come up with to this point in one handy little book you can carry with you, you can have in the kitchen, you can take it wherever you go, and if you feel like there's a moment that would be available for reflection, then you could just open the book and pick a page and see if there's anything on that page that resonates with you, that brings you to a slightly shifted perception of where we are at. It may really also open you up for the answers we're all looking for. On the other hand, I also put this handbook together that it is one building on top of each other. So it is really a good idea to start in the beginning. Although I'm one of these people that I like to just look in the last page too. It's okay. It's all okay. And what I would like to do today, read a few things, do like a little inquiry, and then we have plenty time for question and answers. Questions for sure, answers hopefully. What I would like to start with now, I have a handout here. This is one of the more practical tools I use. And I would like you please to pass this around and everybody takes one. Now, this is a handout from a page in the book. But I thought since you don't have books with you right now, this might be easier to work with. This is not a totally brand new concept. It's the pie approach. But I think it has merit. Just ask you a few questions, and you don't have to answer me. But if you like the questions, you could answer them for yourself at some point. Where are you in your life? Is your life running smoothly? Or do you rather think it's chaotic, a lot of bumps in the road, it's uncomfortable? Wouldn't we all like to have our life just flow? Or rather, we would like to travel smoothly. This is a wheel of what I call vital balance. What are we doing with the energy that is given to us? How are we constructing our life? What vision do we have how we want to live our life? And to be really practical, there are segments. Are we looking after ourselves as we would for family, the most beloved? Are we feeding ourselves right with nutritious food, with beverages that sustain the flow within the body? Are we allowing joy and laughter daily? Or are we reserving this for the weekend? Are we allowing ourselves to develop more and more a body consciousness? And I'm not talking about vanity. I'm talking about being conscious of being in this body. How can we take care of it best? What is it doing? What is it expressing? Body consciousness, body awareness. Once we have a beautiful dialogue with our body, we also know how to take care of this. It may be that we need to move more, maybe we're sitting too much, maybe we have too much package on our body, maybe we don't have enough to give our body the sustaining it means. Hydration. A whole piece of pie by itself. Hydration, I forget. I forget to hydrate properly. So this is just as much for me as it is for you. Habit awareness. Oh, what could that be? Well, it's different for everybody. I know my habits. I'm not going to disclose them. We all have habits. There may not be anything wrong with them at all. There may be beautiful rituals, but are we aware of what we intend to create with the habits we have? Or is it just an unconscious habit? It's not a matter of good or bad, it's just, am I aware of what I'm doing? Am I aware of how I move my hands all over the place when I talk? Yes, I'm aware of it, and I still do it. I know it. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, let's just leave it for now. Next, piece of the pie. Stress consciousness. Well, that's a given. I mean, one thing we recognize really easily is stress. It just grips us. It grabs us. The question is, what are we doing with it? Are we allowing ourselves to actually state to ourselves that we are in a stressful situation or that we're actually creating stress for ourselves? Now, is this the optimal way of going through the day? Debatable. Awareness will bring you some questions and will bring you some answers how to deal with stress. Stress can be caused by responsibilities, by commitments. Again, it's great to be passionate about something. Are we overcommitting ourselves? Are we taking on responsibilities for things that are not within our realm of expertise? So it doesn't really serve anybody, neither us nor everybody else involved. If I am not really adept in craft, I shouldn't take on responsibility. Relaxation, exercise, yoga, you name it, stretching, wiggling, running, anything that will move the energy in the body and also bring you to a state where then you consciously can sense when the moment of relaxation comes. It's like the marathon runner runs and runs and runs and runs till he can't run anymore. But the moment he allows himself to just stand, it's like, whoa, I am so alive. This is just too delicious. So this is something we all should have in equal measures in our life. Last but not least, what I call time out, meditation, and prayer. Meditation is different for everybody, but it's a beautiful construct we all, to a certain degree, can identify with, and that's all that matters. If it means something to us, you should just go with it. Time out. What is that for you? Are you getting that in the measure you deserve? Or are you just giving that to others? And prayer, again, doesn't necessarily have to be a religious thing. By definition, it really is not. All right, so here's my question to you. On a scale from 0 to 10, how are you doing in each of these categories? Now 0 would be a line just along the hub, the center here, while 10 would be way out there. It's a visual you can give yourself to find out where you are. When you draw a line where you feel you are with these categories at the moment, you are creating something new. It may look really weird too. Because, hey, hydration, I'm probably more like here. Time out, at least I know how to do it, I would probably more out here. So, the ideal is we are here and we're equally allowing all these parts of the wheel to be part of our daily existence. Not shortchanging one and overdoing the other. Creating vital balance. If this creation is supposed to roll. It's got to be balanced in all its aspects. If this creation, this little me here, is supposed to roll merrily, 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 merrily through life, it's got to be filled out all the way. Okay, nobody's perfect, right? But it's a visual. Before I start reading, I want to share something with you. You all have heard about Qigong. There is a version of Qigong. It is in a Shaolin monk tradition. And I would like you to allow me to share something with you. And you all would have to get up from your seat. Do you mind doing that? So as you all know, I'm on camera and I'm very aware of the fact that I'm going to make a total fool of myself. It has a quality of silliness, which I just recently discovered. And I think we don't have enough silliness in our daily lives. We're all like going from A to B and then comes C and we got to keep it together, and we're always like trying to achieve something or get somewhere. What if we would just stand here, like you all are, thank you, and what if we would just allow ourselves to be and shake everything off that doesn't serve us anymore? Maybe the argument with the neighbor this morning. Oh, I'm so done with this. Maybe the migraine I had yesterday. Maybe my depression about the weather. Thank you for doing this with me. Maybe I had a fight with somebody. Maybe I looked in the mirror and I just didn't like at all what I saw, and I blamed, of course, the mirror. What if I ate something that didn't feel good? I shouldn't do this anymore. I judged myself about it. Okay, let's let the judgment go. I ate it, it's okay, I'm still alive. I may think twice before I do this again. So just let it go. Beautiful. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. And now, just stand. And just get a sense for how your hands feel right now. Just give yourself 10 seconds. You're welcome to close your eyes. And just feel what your hands are feeling like right now. You can sit, you can stand, whatever you like. And I really would love if there's anybody brave enough. What did you feel in your hands? Anybody wants to share?
My hands felt swollen and stiff.
Okay. Okay.
Mine felt kind of tingly and heavy. Yeah.
Whatever you felt, one fact is undeniable. You felt something. It may be a good thing, maybe bad thing. And I know everybody had a judgment right now when you said this. Let's just let this be for now. We don't know. We may not even find out today. But what I wanted to really bring home, and thank you really for putting up with me in this, we felt something. You felt something, you felt something, right? We were communicating with a part of our body. It wasn't stressful. It's okay now. You don't have to continue it. We felt something. And that is major to me. We want to be in the closest communication we possibly can be with our body. We want to feel what's going on. Without judgment. First we'll feel. And then we may get a sense for if there's anything that needs to be done, or anything that needs to be done less. Have I overworked my hands? Have I not been loose enough? Once we feel, we are opening the avenue of communicating with our body. And if we don't do it, who, please tell me, because I really want to know, who's going to do this? Yeah, it's one of those questions, huh? Mm-hmm. So why I did this with you actually brings me to another very, very dear and important issue where I have several processes in this book. It has to do with communicating with your body, listening to it, having this incredible close relationship you cannot even have with another human being. Sometimes we feel like we do, but ultimately, honestly, who knows your body better than you do? Nobody teaches that in school. We're supposed to use our body to succeed, basically, use it as a tool, but it's so much more. It is, as I like to say, it's really the vessel our soul resides in. Beautiful, unique vessel. Nobody is like another on this whole big old planet. So that alone creates a sense of uniqueness. It's really beyond what I have words for. The unique physical expression that you are. There's nobody like you. We all are exquisite, unique expressions of energy. Yes, everything is energy, and I'm not going there because you can read about this plenty. But of course, it is energy. This is how our very field is expressing energy. My skin, my hair, my voice. And as you might have noticed too, there are tremendous variations how we're expressing ourselves. There's the soft voice, there's a loud and angry voice, there's even the speechlessness, where you don't even find the energy to use your vocal cords to express where you're really at. So all these are things we want to be tuned into the mystery of the human body, really. If nothing else, this is one of the things I really like to assist people with, to start to listen to your body. So after all this talking, I'm going to read something now. Listening to your body. Our bodies are innately connected to the largesse of all of creation. When we are out of balance, our bodies signal this to us through sensations. They talk to us that something has to be changed so that we can come back into balance again. If these signals are ignored, the symptoms will get stronger and stronger. And they will keep asking for attention. A body in balance is a body well cared for. A body that gets all the nourishment it needs and is in harmony with our mind and soul. We are one whole, holistic being. We can listen to our body's messages by tuning into them. And we can become real quiet and more perceptive and ask, what is going on? Where am I feeling this? How does this feel? When do I feel this? The answers we receive are showing us the road towards healing. So that we can mend those fragmented parts of our being. we can't come back to wholeness. We can't come back to the state of vital balance. I would like to invite you into another process. This is in the book too. It starts with find a quiet place. I guess we found it. I'm the only one talking here. It's a little longer than the last one. But I really want to share this with you. It's called Noticing the Sounds in Your Voice. Find a quiet place. Intend to get a feel for how you're using your voice in communicating with others. Can you notice the difference of quality of the sounds you're using with different people? Can you? What does this tell you about how you feel about the person you are addressing? You can feel into this even more. Take a deep breath. And allow the incoming breath to flow into the space of your heart. Get in touch with how you use your voice with different people. How does it sound when you speak, and to whom you speak? You will find that some tones sound warm, caring, and loving. And some, we've all been there, sound rather harsh, offensive, or defensive. When you're becoming aware of the sound and tone of your voice, you can actually feel how it vibrates through your own body. We all have been there. We do listen to ourselves once in a while about this vibration. Do you really want disharmonious sounds being expressed in and through your body? Do you really? Or would you rather feel those tones that come from deeply within your heart? Notice the sounds you have been using, and then find within you the healing tones of honestly caring to communicate with others. Those tones that are ready to be sounded out loud. Intone them. Hear them. Listen to your own tones. And become more and more aware of their quality. How do these tones make you feel? How does it feel to express these? And take your time with this. Since the longer you stay aware of those vibrations, the more you will become aware of the expansion in your heart and how you can create less suffering for yourself and everyone around you, starting with the tones of your voice. This could be recognized as what I call an active meditation or a sound contemplation. Let's go a little further. Allow yourself to mentally connect with people who evoke the creation of a rather uncaring sound expression within you. You may not ever have met them, but everybody has had a thought about somebody out there of dissonance. Just connect with a situation like that, just for a brief moment, and remind yourself that you're doing this inquiry to recognize where this dissonance actually creates suffering for you as well as for others. Let's turn this around. We all have the ability to relieve suffering by invoking the healing vibrations in our hearts and let them surface, voice them, and listen to them ourselves. That's how easy it is. turn suffering around. When you do these processes, notice that you're aligning yourself with honesty. You're aligning yourself with honesty with yourself while you listen to the sounds of your voice. And again, feel into this. What do these sounds create within your body? Acknowledge this awareness and sincerity that is needed to look at and be with these areas from which we normally shy away from. Honestly, who really takes this time to consciously listen to how we are using our voice? This is not a place for judgment. When you feel into these tones without judging yourself, just observe. If you can carry a tone of kindness, or at least one of open neutrality. Open neutrality. And again, you may want to ask yourself, which vibrations would you like to bring forth most in your life? Which sounds will make the difference in your relationships and in how you feel about yourself and the world? The pivotal question for me is, how can the quality of my sound vibration change the world around me? Now perhaps you wish to express understanding, generosity, just with the sound of your voice. When you do express these sentiments, the world will benefit from the tangible increase in those vibrations. By the intention and the intonation you manifest in this realm, you will make a difference. You will make a difference beyond the current limits of your perception. You actually get to be the creator of those sentiments in your life and those which are supportive for the benefit of all. Be inspired. Be inspired by your honest concern to explore the sounds within you and how to express them. Open your heart widely and share the treasures within you. Share those treasures also with the sound of your voice. And I think I haven't even really scratched the surface on this one. I think singing is a wonderful expression of the sounds that lie within you, waiting to be discovered and expressed. Hey, if it's singing in the shower, that's fabulous. I sing in the car. It doesn't have to be words that make a meaning. Sing like a child and see how you feel about that. All right, that's about sounds. I'm going to read one more thing. It's in the book. It's a meditation. It has the capacity to bring more and more light in. And there's no shortage of light. You just read up on quantum physics. It's all in the book. There is no shortage of light. It's called the Heart Space Light Meditation. And just ride on the tone of my voice. You're safe here. I breathe in the light and let it fill my heart space, my heart center. It becomes wider and wider, and I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing into the feeling of the light entering my body. The light expands through my throat and solar plexus and integrates all areas it touches with its light. The light now expands through my forehead and abdomen, and it integrates all areas in and around my body. The light unifies my ever-widening field. I breathe in the light into my heart space, and it expands into my head and into my lower torso, and creates a unified field in and around my body. I breathe in more light, and it expands into the space above my head and the space below my feet. It connects me with all light energies above as below, and connects me with the unified field of all there is. I breathe in the light through my heart space, and I allow it to expand further. It widens my unified field, and it includes my physical body and my emotional body. I feel I'm one with the light. I breathe in the light through my heart space, and I allow it to include my mental body, my mind. I feel like I'm one with the light. I breathe in the light through my heart space, and I allow the light to integrate my spiritual body and melt my body into one being of light. I'm one with the light. I breathe in the light through my heart space, and I'm becoming aware of my higher self, coming into communion with the unity of all my bodies. I feel I'm melting into one. I feel I'm one with the light. I'm breathing in the light into my heart space, and I'm experiencing the integration of all my bodies and energetic layers into this one being of light. I am the light. I live the light. I am completely filled with light. My field is filled with light. I am beaming light. I am carrying light. And I'm carried by light. And so it is. Has always been and will be.